From the blue and the purple and scarlet yarns, they made finely woven garments for ministering in the holy place. They made the holy garments for Aaron, as the Lord had commanded Moses. He made the ephod of gold, blue and purple and scarlet yarns, and finely twisted linen. And they hammered out the gold leaf, and he cut it into threads to work into the blue and purple and scarlet yarns, and into the fine twisted linen and skilled design. They made for the ephod attaching shoulder pieces, joined to it at its edges, and the skillfully woven band on it was of one piece with it, and made like it of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarns, and fine twisted linen, as the Lord had commanded Moses. They made onyx stones, enclosed in settings of gold filigree, and engraved like the engravings of a signet, according to the names of the sons of Israel. And he set them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod, to be stones of remembrance for the sons of Israel, as the Lord had commanded Moses. He made the breastpiece in skilled work and in the style of the ephod, of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarns, and fine twisted linen. It was square. They made the breastpiece doubled, a span its length, and a span its breadth when doubled. They set in it 4 rows of stones. A row of sardius, topaz, carbuncle was the first row. On the second row, an emerald, sapphire, and a diamond. In the third row, a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They were enclosed in settings in gold filigree. There were 12 stones with their names according to the names of the sons of Israel. They were like signets, each engraved with its name for the 12 tribes. And they made on the breastpiece twisted chains like cords of pure gold. They made the 2 settings of gold filigree and 2 gold rings, and put the 2 rings on the 2 edges of the breastpiece. And they put the 2 cords of gold and the 2 rings at the edges of the breastpiece. They attached the 2 ends of the 2 cords of the 2 settings in filigree to the 2 settings of filigree. Thus they attached it in front to the shoulder pieces of the ephod. And they made 2 rings of gold and put them at the 2 ends of the breastpiece, on its inside edge next to the ephod. And they made 2 rings of gold and attached them in front of the lower part of the 2 shoulder pieces in the ephod, and at its seam above the skillfully woven band of the ephod. And they bound the breastpiece by its rings to the rings of the ephod with the lace of blue, so that it should lie on the skillfully woven band of the ephod, and that the breastpiece should not come loose from the ephod, as the Lord had commanded Moses. He also made the robe of the ephod woven all of blue, and the opening of the robe was like the opening in a garment, with a binding around the opening, so that it might not tear. On the hem of the robe they made pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet yarns and fine twisted linen. They also made bells of pure gold, and put the bells between the pomegranates and all around the hem of the robe between the pomegranates. A bell and a pomegranate around the hem of the robe for ministering, as the Lord had commanded Moses. They also made the coats woven of fine linen for Aaron and his sons, and the turban of fine linen, and the caps of fine linen, and the linen undergarments of fine twisted linen, and the sash of fine twisted linen, and of blue and of purple and scarlet yarns, embroidered with needlework, as the Lord had commanded Moses. They made the plate of the holy crown of pure gold, and wrote on it an inscription like the engraving of a signet, "Holy to the Lord." And they tied to a cord of blue to fasten it on the turban above, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Thus all the work of the tabernacle of the tent of meeting was finished, and the people of Israel did according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses. So they did. Then they brought the tabernacle to Moses, the tent and all its utensils, its hooks, its frames, its bars, its pillars, and its bases, the covering of tanned rams' skins, goat skins, and the veil of the screen, the ark of the testimony with its poles and the mercy seat, the table with all its utensils, and the bread of the presence, the lampstand of pure gold and its lamps with the lamp set and its utensils, and the oil for the light, the golden altar, the anointing oil, and the fragrant incense, and the screen of the entrance of the tent, the bronze altar and the grating of bronze, its poles and its utensils, the basin and its stand, the hangings of the courts, its pillars and its bases, and the screens of the gate of the courts, its cords and its pegs, and all the utensils for the service of the tabernacle, for the tent of meeting, the finely worked garments for ministering in the holy place, the holy garments of Aaron for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons for their service as priests, according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses. So the people of Israel had done all the work. And Moses saw all the work, and behold, that they had done it, as the Lord had commanded. So they had done it. Then Moses blessed them.